What's up, everybody? Brothers, sisters, psychonauts, and seekers of truth. It is Ananka, and welcome to my bazaar. Today, I have a 2C-P trip report for you. The title of this trip report is Divine Truths, and was submitted to Earwood in 2012 by the user Alicado Dolzanik. With all that being said, let our story begin. This is truly an incredible substance. I feel compelled to submit a report about it. This is my first experience with 2C-P. Previous experiences include 2CI, 2CE, Adderall, DXM, alcohol, marijuana, DPH, and synthetic cannabinoids. I had taken 20 milligrams of 2CI 2 days prior to this. Nothing else recently. T plus 0. Measured out 10 milligrams, liquid measurement with a friend, who takes 2CI instead. We are feeling nervous. My first 2C-P experience, and his first psychedelic experience. But very excited. We both take our doses at 12:18 a.m. 2.5 hours in. I feel different somehow. The phenethylamine chemical taste rises from my throat, along with a strange mental cloud that makes things a bit more confusing/significant. Watching my friend play Battlefield 3 is more interesting than it should be. 5 hours in. The madness is slowly overtaking me. Everything is hilarious. A very pleasant stimulation/body orgasm feeling is rising. Me and my friends play Gears of War. Him tripping balls and me still coming up. The game is far more intense than it usually is. Our sniper duels felt on par with Star Wars lightsaber battles. 6 hours in. Things have nearly peaked for me at this point. When I close my eyes in between matches, I can see the game in 3D in my head, playing out in various ways. At first, it's pretty close to the actual game, but it becomes more surreal with each passing moment. Headshots play and rewind at rapid speed. Characters morph and do very strange things, running in strange directions with strange movements, having psychedelic lock-on, headshots spurting rainbows instead of blood, etc. It barely resembles what it was at first. Colors are everywhere. 6.5 hours to 9 hours. I've lost interest in playing the game, as things have gotten quite intense by now, and I'm feeling a need to listen to music. This is where things get truly interesting. Before I listen to music, a voice that I identify as the universe from previous trips asks me, "Are you ready?" Over and over in various tones/directions, with subtle differences in meaning each time it is said. It is clear this will be intense. I reply, "Yes, I'm ready and prepared to accept your gifts, universe. I shall be your magus to channel your divine energies through." All with an insane wide grin and eyes rolled back in pleasure. "Good," the universe replies, again with various directions/meaning/tones. I put on my headphones and listened to some dubstep. I immediately become lost in the beats with eyes closed. My hands were near my hips. Palms were faced upward with fingers postured boldly. When my thoughts drifted towards my hands, I began to see many other hands, all with the same upward position, as if ready to catch something. "Are you ready for your first lesson?" several voices asked. "Yes, please." A moment after I accepted, a crystal ball covered and filled with cryptic symbols / sacred geometry appeared in one of the hands. Each time a certain beat in the music would take place, the ball was tossed from one random hand to the other, often landing in my hands, which I instinctively knew to continue with the cycle, tossing it gently into another random hand. I began to think deeply. What is this ball? Time, 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 several voices replied. I was then shown that time repeats itself in an infinite loop of random circumstances. But it was also critical to understand that the ball of time ends up in the same hand, quite often, in fact. In a similar way, everything that has been, is, and will be, will always exist on some plane of existence, and we will find ourselves alive again, perhaps even with the same exact circumstances as now. After this rather profound insight, similar to other people's psychedelic insights, the universe spoke again. "Are you ready for the next lesson?" "Well, of course," I said, giddily and still blown away by what just happened. "Look at the floor." I obeyed. The carpet breathed and crawled in random directions. "Do you see that?" many voices questioned. That is how infinite I am. With this spoken, I realized that we could literally be the most microscopic speck on the face of the universal carpet, and that it, in fact, did not have an end. Once I understood this, many voices chimed in. Yes, yes, yes. Astounded that I was being so immersed in something so insane, 2CE had given me similar visions / ideas with the same universe entity. But they weren't nearly as observable / intense. It was mostly recreational. I merrily listened to and watched several videos on YouTube. The first one I remember watching is the trippiest video ever, which showed me that the universe is a part of every living being. Even if we don't recognize or ignore the universe's beckoning, it is useless to resist, as it has complete control over all living things and is in fact all living things itself. Many videos after this only backed that up. I took off my headphones and leaned against my friend's bed, ready to meditate deeply. I crossed my legs, closed my eyes, and did many flowing things with my hands. After I felt I was ready, I asked, "What is suffering?" Visions of dying infants, extremely depressed people, from loneliness and various other reasons, and gore passed in front of me. "It's something I don't like," the universe spoke. "That's why I wish for you to be my connoisseur, and spread your newly found knowledge as best you can. Psychedelics are the next step in your species' evolution. And that is the key to what will bring happiness and prosperity to your world. How can I possibly share this knowledge with enough people to make a difference? Make an Irwood report. Tell trusted friends any way you can. You yourself don't have to be or can be the only source of this knowledge. Many others across the globe spread my message. After this, I was content with what meditating had brought me. So I went back to the computer. Quite randomly, I became very aroused and proceeded to have a wank. My friend was in another room trying to sleep unsuccessfully at this point, for a lack of a less crude term. Pornography was quite intense and immensely pleasurable on every part of the body. After climaxing, I became hyper-aware that I had no one to share such pleasures with. The love of my life had gotten away from me in a tragic and overwhelming series of circumstance, and I felt the immense pressure to find a partner. I picked a random infected mushroom song, smashing the opponent, to try to wash this feeling away. Eyes closed, the main lyrics were profoundly important and seemed to be spoken by the universe itself. It took over my body, and over, my lips synced with the words. Smack me again, and I can't believe it's true. Smashing the opponent, me, the rival of the one who has her now, long story, was not my intention to do. Neither did you. Foresee such an outcome to this unnecessary ending. My last relationship, nearly lifelong depression built up to crushing levels at the current time. I wish I could retrace all my steps and erase my mistakes with you. I wanted to say, you shouldn't suffer this way. I wanted to say, I hope I can take it away. Tempt me again and I will forget the truth. Not exactly sure how this relates yet. Backing your decision to start the relationship, was something I neglected to do, even for you. If you feel rage to strike me with revenge, I will be standing right here, waiting without fear for you with love. I wanted to say, you shouldn't suffer this way. I wanted to say, I hope I can take it away. Throughout this song, keeping in mind that I was possessed by the universe, ancient and powerful cosmic energies filled with sincerity flew out of my mouth and surrounded me like a Dragon Ball Z aura, expressing how deeply troubled it is by my troubles and the troubles of everyone else, which it very much wants to make up for. This was intensely sad. By the time the song had finished, my universe-possessed body had multicolored tears, though I wasn't actually crying, flowing down my face. At the same time, waves of euphoria and relief flooded all over the sadness. I then thought, how/where am I going to find someone? In front of me I saw the earth spinning quite fast, and spots all over the world pinged like radar. It came to mind then that I would be getting many chances to travel soon, and the universe showed me there's plenty of fish in the sea idea/vision in a profound way that immediately lifted my spirits into the clouds. 9 hours plus. After this series of profound insights, the universe told me that all the lessons I needed to learn from this trip have been taught. The time spent from now until I finally came down was just a jumble of dancing, getting lost in schwangel, short walks, and generally just enjoying my time with the effects. The universe would often re-reflect the lessons I had learned throughout my fun time. I finally got to sleep around midnight. This was the most interesting, powerful, and enlightening experience I've ever had. I had no nausea, no significantly higher heart rate, and minor muscle tension throughout. I can easily see how this could be too intense and become frightening for some people. Definitely should be worked up to. To me, it's hard to believe these lessons are real, using my usual realist mindset. I can't tell if it's truly divine knowledge, or if I was just tripping balls. It has certainly opened my mind to accept more possibilities, and has re-solidified the notion that we humans know very little in the grand scheme of things. It has also, along with the use of other 2Cs, nearly cured my depression. Every trip helps more and more. I hope that science may one day prove these lessons to be true or false, though I won't be around to see it. Or maybe I will if it is true. Either way, I've done my part for now. Have safe trips, friends. All right, everybody. That is the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Share with us your 2CP experiences down in the comments. Check out the other playlists on my channel. And I will see you in the next one, fam. Deuces.